Hello again, friends. Welcome back to the Beavertown compound for another edition of Beavertown Outdoors. I'm John. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. If you've been here before, welcome back. So we had a delivery from I guess I'll call it a big red stork. You guys know some of the issues I've been talking about with the with old red TYM 264, and we decided that the best thing to do would be to part ways with that tractor. Not because it's a horrible tractor, just it wasn't. It had some issues, and the dealership stood behind it 100%. United Truck Sales Incorporated, they've stood behind it since the day I've owned it. But we figured out that probably the best option for us here at the Beavertown compound was to go ahead and upgrade to something a little bit bigger. So we've had a delivery, and it's behind me. Say hello to my new big friend, the Branson 2515H. It's 25 horsepower, which is the same as my 264 was. But it is it is an actual full-size compact tractor. I know that sounds contradictory, but those who are familiar with tractor sizes will understand what I mean by that. The 264 was a large subcompact. This is a small compact tractor, or it's a full-size compact tractor. Still 25 horsepower, no emissions per se. It's below the need for particulate filters and DEF and all that. But it's a huge upgrade, power-wise, for lifting. All the important things you do with the tractor. The biggest downfall, or the only downfall really, is with the 25 horse is that I found is it's a little slower, speed-wise, but not when it matters. It's about the work it can put in, and I don't know what they do as far as how they set up the hydraulics on this, but this thing has way more capacity for work than what the 264 did. And she's stout, she's sturdy, she's a sturdy gal, you'll hear me say again later. And it has some really neat features that are add-ons for some tractor brands, and this came with it. So it's really cool. But you can see I've already got the snowblower on here. I've played with it a little bit. Got it set up pretty much how we're gonna use it for working. But I just want to take this time and show you around it. So stick with me, guys, and we'll take a tour. So this is the Branson 2515H. This is the new old red. This tractor brings in a lot of features, a lot more capabilities. Brings us out here at the Beavertown compound a lot more versatility. Stopped using the small tractor to mow. So that was one of the things I kept with the subcompact for all those years. Moved on to using a zero turn because it was just much more efficient. That opened up the possibility to the bigger tractor, and given everything that was going on with old red, we back and forth with the dealer, and they are great people. Going to be doing a video with them shortly about the story about old red and how they've stood behind it. And in the end, we came up with the best solution for everybody on it was to move in to take advantage of them now carrying the Branson tractor line and moving over to the Branson tractor, which this tractor has, originally old red had 1,400 pound loader capacity. This has over 2,200 pounds loader capacity. Old red had 1,500 at the 3-point. This has double that, 3,000 at the 3-point. Bigger bucket, just all around bigger tractor. One of the advantages to this though is this is only still 25 horsepower. Uh, would I like more horsepower? Absolutely. Everybody, Tim Allen, power. But unfortunately, with more power would come thousands of dollars of headaches in missions equipment. Being 25 horsepower or below, that keeps this so that we don't have to have DPFs or diesel particulate filters, DEF, any of that kind of thing. This is still just a start it and go tractor. I don't have regen. You don't have all of those things. Yes, there's a sacrifice in power, but the old red had plenty of power. That wasn't ever an issue. What the biggest things I wanted extra of is some more lift capacities and things like that. This tractor is going to give that to us. This shouldn't struggle to lift a tote full of firewood. Originally you were pretty much maxing it out to load. You get a load of firewood in a IBC tote, you're looking at anywhere from depending how dry it is, 1,400 to 1,200, 1,400, 1,800 pounds, even if you're talking wet oak. I think the Outdoors with the Morgans, I think he actually weighed a IBC tote. And that was the bigger ones. I used the smaller, so my weights are a little bit less. But yeah, this tractor, this will pick one up with no problem. I've already done some playing with that. The new tractor's only been here a couple days, but it's already serving us quite well. So I'm going to kind of walk you guys around some of the features of this. And again, we're going to go over this more with United Truck Sales. And I already talked to Chase out there, my dealer out there, and we're going to do a video together to show still the TYM line, because they are still great tractors. They're a great option. They're a great tractor for people. This just suited my needs and the needs of the compound that much better. But we'll talk more with them later. So today, it's all about the tractor itself and what its capabilities are, and some of the features that were important to us and important to making this decision. So we're just going to take a quick walk around here. One of the things that's nice, comes with a brush guard. One thing TYM Old Red didn't have. It's very nice, flips down. I'll show you that here in a bit for how you access the engine compartment. But one of the biggest things, literally big, this bucket. The bucket we had in Old Red was 50 inches wide. This one is 78, I believe. So it's a massive bucket. Going to hold a lot more firewood, a lot more dirt, a lot more gravel, which, again, this tractor is more than capable of handling. But we've got a really stout loader, big cylinders. Let's see, Branson 2515H. One of the things that was big for me that I really liked, I fell in love with immediately, is having the loader joystick back up here. One, it's just a stout joystick, which if you notice, with the TYM, the hoses, if you took the loader off, the hoses stayed with the tractor. This one, the hoses stay with the loader, still your standard quick connects, but just a very stout loader valve there. But having this loader joystick up here, it's all personal preference. I never liked having it down low. I got okay with it, but it wasn't the same. First tractor I had, the Kubota, the loader stick was up here, and to me that was just what I was used to. It was like I was reaching out and using my arm to move things. To me, that felt more natural. So this was a huge selling point for me. Seems kind of lame, but to some, but to me, it was huge. Armrests, those come in handy. Full suspension seat, it's a mechanical suspension seat, fully adjustable. I know some people have done videos. I think Tractor Time with Tim did one, and he's like, the seat, you just bottom out, This has a adjustment, so I can adjust it even for my large self. I don't bottom it out, but I can get it set to just that nice sweet spot of comfort. One of the things I added is a cup holder. It's a magnetic cup holder. This does not have a beverage holder, which we all know that's important. And your selection of beverage is entirely up to you. Down here, we've got our 3-point arms. Nice handle here. Again, all metal. That's one thing I noticed too with this tractor. There is very, very little plastic. She's metal. She's stout. She's a sturdy gal. But it's all position. It's positional 3-point. You don't have, you do have a float function at the bottom, but in general, you set it halfway. The arms will be up halfway. Back here, this is one thing that comes standard, which I'd always thought about adding, but I never could justify the cost. But it came with it. There's 2 sets, 2, not just one, of rear remotes, rear hydraulic remotes. That is awesome. When you're doing, box grading, grading with a box blade, it's nice to be able to change that angle. And to do that, you have to get off the tractor and adjust your 3-point arm. Eventually I'm planning on getting a hydraulic top link, and that way just going down there, I can just reach back, hit those levers in the back, and away we go. We can adjust up to move, to dig, just back to move material. It's a nice adjustment here on the 3-point to the 3-point levelers. Another huge thing for me. You see right here. Now this is an add-on you can get for other tractors. This is another, comes standard with the Branson. Instead of those turnbuckles that everybody who has them know they loosen up, these come with the bars, the pin bars. It does have, if you need to have it sway a little bit, there's a slot there. But if you want to lock this, like how I've got the snowblower on here, I don't want that swaying side to side all the time. And you'd set it to where it was set nice, but then eventually over time, just the buckles would loosen up, and it's annoying as all get out. This solves that problem. Also got a nice little extended drawbar on the bottom, nice for towing just a standard lawn trailer. I've never really showed this off much, but this is a snowblower, and I bought this when we bought Old Red. When we had the TYM, I bought it with it. Meteor 60 pull type snowblower. I was worried the width of this tractor, because she is wider. She's wider than the 264, but that whether this would be wide enough to handle, to go behind, or would I just be shooting myself in the foot? This is as small as fits this tractor. So we're not, you're right on that edge. Would a little bit bigger probably be more advantageous? Sure, but this will still do just fine. I don't seem to see a problem with that. Folding ROPS, another nice thing. Another thing I was worried about, this tractor's taller. I don't have tall doors on the barn, but she folds all the way over, tucks in just the right height with it down. Another nice thing is that the ROPS folds all the way down. The TYM, it sat out like this, and that could get in the way, especially when I had I put my carryall on. If I've got the uprights that for hauling a ladder or pole saws, that they could get in the way and it'll bump into them. This folds all the way down, and that's just spectacular. Got a step for the missus. She's already tried it out. She'd probably kill me, but I could put a picture up on this video, maybe. But yeah, and you notice, you have an actual transmission. Okay, the engine goes right to a transmission. It's not just a drive shaft off the back of the engine running a little overgrown lawnmower axle. This has a real transmission, real cast iron transaxle. Enough room in the PTO shroud. Now it's not I haven't tried it yet, but I don't think this is a tilting PTO shroud, but that's okay. I can reach my hands in there to uncouple my PTO, which is another big thing that was frustrating. A couple things I've already added. I put my the Pat's quick hitches that I had on the other one. I took those with me. They're on here now. If you've never, if you've never seen the Pat's quick attach system, really look into that. As to me, that is so much better than the big framed quick attach. I never had much luck with it. I'd use it for some things, but end up getting frustrated to get off the Pat's hitches. They're great. The downside, you got to still get off and hook your top link. But what odds are, I usually was having to adjust something anyway. Very few things was I ever able to just back up, hook up, and go. So, I'm going to show here how we open the hood. So opening the hood, again, you got the fold down brush guard. Just pull this pin, fold the brush guard down, pull the latch, and up comes the hood. Comes with an interstate battery, legit interstate battery. But here's that engine. Now this is another Kook J. Okay, 264s have Kook J, so does this. Kook J, for those who don't know, basically they're a Cummins engine. Kook J puts their own cylinder head on it, does a couple things. But it's basically a Cummins engine. It's a 3-cylinder, again 25 horsepower. Load the hood up, you can get all up in there. And actually what I found, there's the oil fill, that's convenient. But you come around back, like to check your oil, you don't even have to bring the hood up. Dipstick's right back there. Another neat thing, a real filter with a water separator. That is outstanding. That was one of the worries I had with the TYM. I was going to add one, but don't need to. This already comes with a filter with a sight glass and a water separator. So if you see water in there, you can drain it out. Generally fuel's pretty good here. But sometimes you might get water, condensation, things build up, so. Yeah. So like I said again, you got transmission in the back. You actually have, this has kind of a different pump setup. It's how it gets the most out of 25 horsepower. Is it a little slower in high gear? Sure. But power-wise, you'd never know it's 25 only. It's pretty cool. Another nice thing, the fuel tank is down here. Pros and cons to that, obviously, down here it's out in the open up and it could potentially be hit by something. You gotta be a little careful, mindful of that. But with it not being up on the back side of the tractor behind the seat, you don't have to lift that diesel can way up to fill it. I don't have a fuel pump here. That's it. Just don't. I do it with cans like most people probably do. So it's a lot easier having it down here. This does not have split brakes. It has just single brake. Not a deal breaker for me because honestly, I never used. I shouldn't say never. I used the split brakes one time, and it wasn't that big a deal to me. But nice heavy duty metal parking brake set. Here, we got our transmission shift, 3-range transmission, all the way forward. That's basically a creeper gear. You're not going very fast. You're really heavy loaded, or you're in somewhere you need a lot. Every bit of power this has got. It's not about speed. Go to A. Generally, I've been keeping this in B. That seems to be kind of an all-around. It's still getting around fast, but still using plenty of engine horsepower. Neutral's all the way to the back, and then C is your high gear. Really, that's pretty much the only thing useful is if the tractor's unloaded and you're just moving from one place to another. You'll go use less engine, you go faster. Does take a little bit of time to get up to that speed. Again, just that's because of the horsepower difference. Locking differential, same as any other. You got, you push it down, you use your foot and hold it down. That locks your rear diff. You let your foot off and it unlocks. Four-wheel drive, that's kind of a neat thing. It's different to get used to, is the four-wheel drive is down here. And I've seen some guys say, well, you can just use your foot to engage four-wheel drive. Maybe I baby this too much, but yeah, I just reach down and grab it. It ain't that big a deal. And then this is the adjustment here for the speed of your lowering on your 3-point. But yeah, a lot of really neat features. Two sets of, you got the hazard lights, we got turn running and stop lights, and this actually does have reverse lights, believe it or not. Didn't realize that till I took a closer look. So, but yeah, there she is, guys. Got one other neat feature I'm still learning about here. So just like the PTO, we do have, which I gotta find it here. I know the lever's there, I just gotta get to it. Yeah, back here is electric over mechanical PTO. Currently got it on. It is just a 1-speed PTO 540. This doesn't have the mid-mount PTO or any kind of selectable speed on the PTO, but what it does have is automatic PTO. So to have the PTO on, you got to have that gear engaged up to speed, and then you have the knob here. This knob has 2 directions. You push, you turn it counterclockwise, goes to this auto setting. So when the 3-point's down, the PTO's on. If you lift it up, like when you're snow blowing, you're trying to make a turnaround, or if you're mowing, you're brush hogging, you need to lift up to make that turn without gouging, the PTO shuts off. And I tested it, it does work. PTO shuts off, then comes back on when you lower it down. So that keeps you so you can lift it up without binding up your PTO shaft. Now if you want it on all the time, you just turn the knob clockwise and it'll be on all the time. And then just other couple things, you got your hazard flashers if you're out on the road or stop somewhere and you need the hazard flashers on. You got cruise control. Over here you got light switch, kind of standard around TYM and Bobcat and all them. It's kind of similar switch, all operate the same. Does have a horn. Seems a little more of a horn than what I had before. Oh yeah, the other thing I had on, wheel spinner. I tried to transfer my other one and yeah, it broke. So I got a nice shiny one now. Ooh, shiny. So, but I'm sure there's more features about these. Look them up. Look up a Branson tractor. There's plenty of other videos. This is just mine. It's just kind of our introduction to having this here at the Beavertown compound, and I think this is going to work out great for us. Again, if you're interested in these, you're in mid-Michigan. Place to go for that, United Truck Sales in Gladwin, Michigan. They're great people to deal with, and like I said, we'll be doing a video with them shortly. So guys, that's going to do it for today. I'm going to take our new tractor here and do some work with it, and yeah, make sure to get some footage of that for later. Today was just about giving you guys a tour. So I hope you like what you saw. If you did, please feel free to like, subscribe, and share. I'd really appreciate some more subscribers. I'm getting plenty of watch hours, and I thank you guys immensely for that. But if you've been watching me and you keep coming back, please do me a favor and subscribe. That would help me out immensely. Get that subscriber count up there, and help me keep making videos for you guys. And if you got comments about it or you want some more information, I will put the links to United Truck Sales, and I think I'll try to put Branson tractors in there too. But at least the link to United Truck Sales, so you can get some more information about the Branson tractors or the TYMs. Again, I'm not poo-pooing them at all. They're great tractors. Just taking another opportunity to try out something that worked a little bit better for us. So that's going to do it for today, guys. Till next time, be good to each other, take care, stay safe, and I'm out.